Welcome to Team Life Changers Call. I'm so glad that you guys made it on. I am going to, was just saying right before I hit record that I am going to start being very punctual and start the meeting right at 6:30 and get rolling. I want to say this. We just came back from Summit, and one of the most beautiful times with our team, just touching base, with each other. It was absolutely amazing seeing each other face to face. Some of us have never even met before, and we just really bonded. And what was really awesome is that I have always tried to, you guys already know that I am a believer. I love Jesus, but I know Jesus is involved in everything, but I always know that this is work, and I try to say this is work, it's not church. But it was really awesome because I felt like we had such a spiritual experience this weekend. And I even had one of our coaches ask if we could actually start our meetings in prayer. So I thought, you know what? That is just awesome, because then it's not me that's forcing this. I'm like, wow, you know what? We really have a team that really is all about seeking God first. So I'm going to start that. And if you guys would just join me in prayer. And of course I want to cry because this is like a dream come true for me. So I'll make it short and sweet. So God, I just thank you. I thank you so much. I thank you, Lord, for your love for this team. I thank you, God, for the love that this team has for you. I thank you, Lord, that you are glorified, that you are magnified in everything that we say and do. And I pray, God, that you would help us and teach us. Holy Spirit, you are the divine teacher. And I pray, God, that even as I speak tonight, that there would be nuggets that each coach on this call would receive and glean. So God, that you would be able to order their footsteps in the way you want their business to roll. Not that they would mirror mine or another coach's, but God, that they would literally look towards you and learn what you would have them to do in their businesses. We thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, let's get going in this. I want to start talking about Summit. As everybody, I'm glad I'm not the only one wiping tears. I want to talk about Summit. Guys, this was my first Summit, and having 10 of us at Summit was absolutely amazing. To save time, I'm going to tell you to go to your FAQ, search Summit, the Summit CoachFAQ.com, get details about that, get your ticket, go ahead and plan on being there for the new coaches. You have 3 months. If you hit Success Club 3 months in a row, and that first month of being a coach, you actually have 2 months to hit it for your first month. But if you do it for those 3 months in a row, then you get your free ticket to Summit. And we already have some coaches who have already earned it for next year. So it was an amazing time. I think everybody would say, not just the conference. I would say the conference was great. It was wonderful. It was awesome. However, the bonding between our team members was just through the roof. We laughed, we cried, we sang, we danced. We just enjoyed each other so much. So just for that, it is a great investment for time away, for amazing women. It was just a great time. All right, so Summit. The other thing too, I believe Miriam is going to start checking into getting houses. Can you believe that a lot of the hotels are already filled up for next year, and it's a year away? But Beachbody is just growing, growing, growing. Now is the time to just jump in and just do this business, because I'm telling you, it is just catching on fire. So we're talking about getting at least 3 houses. I mean, we had 10 people now. These were, with me and my downline. Next year, I am positive that it's going to be you guys and your downline, and we may be mixing them, and that's fine. But we're at least going to get 3 houses, maybe even 4. I don't know. We'll try to, we'll see if we can get them all close together. It's definitely more fun if we can get a little bit closer and see how that goes. All right, so we'll let you guys know details as that comes along. I want to talk about Team Cup. On the team call today that I got booted off of and then couldn't get back on, I think some of you guys had a problem getting on too. They've actually extended the time for Team Cup. If you are not on a team and you want to get on, let us know. There's also, I asked a question about that in Life Changers. Put your name in there. There might be another coach. Another thing is that we can go upwards to Epic Empire and get on, you know, find some other coaches there. The next best thing would be going into Beachbody Champions. There are coaches there who are, you know, there are always there. There are always some coaches in there who are looking for other people, even success partners and things like that. So that's if you're not part of beachbodychampions.com, you want to be a part of that. So with Team Cup, I want to encourage the captains to make sure that you are plugging into your teams daily, even just how's everyone doing, grab some resources, Beachbody coach. As you pop on, just go ahead and mute your lines. I don't know if I hear a little bit of scribbles in there or whatever the word is. But anyway, you can find info if it's a calendar, if it's goals that you're trying to meet, if you're trying to sign 2 people up this week, you know, or sell 2 challenge packs this week. You know, set goals within your team so that you guys can hold each other accountable and help each other. And just know, I know we have team captains, but there is also no I in team. Well, unless you black it out, then there's an I in the A. But we won't dig deep like that. We are all a team. So it's not just the captain's job to keep everybody motivated. There's 5 people in the team, and it's everybody's responsibility because everybody wants those prizes. And I think that the prizes are awesome. There's hats, there's shirts, there's swag, and then the skateboard. I really want that skateboard for my boy because he's just now taking up skating or skateboarding. And okay, so that's Team Cup. If there's any questions, you can ask in Team Life Changers. You can even reach out to Beachbody Champions. I love that resource, and also with Epic for those who are in Epic. But I definitely want to keep Life Changers. The more coaches we get, the more questions that we start asking in Life Changers, it's going to help us immensely. We're actually going to talk about that in the team call when it comes to, believe it or not, when it comes to organizing our time. So we're going to talk about that. So let's get Life Changers up and going and rolling and helping each other in there. So let's move on to Country Heat with that challenge group. And then I'm going to get to Success Club points in just a minute. I hope you guys have updated you have a couple of seconds to update your document if you haven't updated it yet. So Country Heat. Jatana's group, their order by date is the 8th. Their absolute cutoff date is the 9th. And then Nicola is going to start taking people out, people who have not purchased. They're going to take people out of that the Epic sneak peek, the Country Heat sneak peek. She's going to take them out. And then on the 10th, Life Changers, we are going to add our peeps into that Country Heat, what was the sneak peek, because that is going to transform into her challenge group. Okay, so on the 10th, we are going to add the people who bought the challenge pack and are ready to do Epic's challenge group for Country Heat. We're going to add them on the 10th. I am also going to put a running list in Life Changers on the 10th and ask you just to comment, like list the people that you have in there so that I can get those to Nicola just to help her. She is an emerald, like glaring, all caps, bold lettered, underlined. Her personality, she is very organized. So I want to help her as much as I can and get that list in Life Changers as well. And then I'll type it up and then send it to her in a document so that we have everybody. Now, as far as Life Changers goes, what we're doing, of course, we have advertised, and you guys can put your people into Jatana's group because it's a cast member. It's awesome. It was a selling perk. We want to do that. For those who you think maybe they don't want to be in Epic, or maybe they're like, I don't care, no big deal, you can either run your own. What I am going to do is run a combined group for those who may or may not want to be in that one. I'm going to do a Country Heat and 21 Day Fix combined challenge group for my challengers. So if anybody wants to tag along in that, just let me know. So some people will be doing 21 Day, some people Country Heat, and we'll just move forward that way. Okay, so if you have any questions, just message me on that. So that's a lot of info. now. And of course, you can also pop up on the chat thread if you have questions now throughout the team call. Let me roll here to Success Club because we have 2 months to talk about because today's August 1st. There may have been someone that sold today, I'm not sure. And for those new coaches, also remember, there it is. If you go into Life Changers, under the Files section, you will see things that say July 2016, Success Club, and Rank Advancements. Go in there and you'll see how to update your doc because everybody has it, updated with how many Success Club points they've earned. So you want to go in there, 2 points for challenge packs, 1 point for home direct Shakeology, not just 1 pack of Shakeology, so home direct. So July Success Club. You guys have done amazing, absolutely amazing. Last week there were so many people selling challenge packs, and I think that was great. Here we go. On the board is Anita. I'm going to mess up your name, Anita, if you're on the call. P. Anita P. Let's do that. All right, Stephanie Wright. Okay, Anita had 2 points. Sorry, Anita had 2 points. Stephanie Wright, 2 points. Cindy Laninga, 2 points. 2 coaches and 4 points. Awesome job, Cindy. Because when I left, you grabbed those 2 people. That's awesome. Plus 2 coaches. Cassie has 1 coach. No. Well, she has 1 coach and a challenge pack, so she has 2 points. But Cassie is going Emerald this week. She has 2 coaches. 1 on her left, 1 on her right. She's going Emerald, baby. So congratulations to you, Cassie. That is so exciting. Heather Carter, 2 points. Gina Campbell, 2 points. Jeannie Pilson, 2 points. Wendy Fletcher, 2 points. Patty Williams, 3 points. Pat Thompson, 1 coach, 4 points. Miriam Helton, 6 points. Lydia Van Zant is, this needs to be updated because I know you got Success Club. I know you are 6 points. So, but anyway, Lydia hit Success Club. Teresa is at 8 points. Rebecca was 3 coaches, 11 points. And Sarah McCaffa, 4 coaches and 16 points, leading the pack. Whoop, whoop. Good job, my diamond coach. Very, very good job. All right. And for August. Has anyone sold anything for August? Let's see. I only go by this document, so I don't see anything on the board there for today. So, all right. We are. Can you mute whoever is hopping on? If you can mute your line. I don't know. It sounds like a robot coming on. All right. Let's move forward. We are, okay, here's another thing. Sorry, here's a couple more announcements that I forgot to say. Is coaching sneak peek. So now that we just came home from Summit, we've been putting videos. Even if you didn't make it to Summit, you could even post some of these pictures, some of these videos, and say, I can't wait to do this next year. Look at how much fun our team has on the Summit trips. So you can do that all week this long, or all week long this week. Go on your wall and start talking about coaching, how much fun it is to coach, how awesome it is, how you help people, how you have seen transformations, you love being a coach, and get people into the behind the scenes. I have a Life Changers coaching sneak peek. Some of you guys are going to be doing your own. I've posted it in Life Changers, so anybody that you think is going to be interested in coaching, get them in that sneak peek. So, sorry, I skipped that when I was doing the announcements. And then we'll get that rolling on Monday next week. So that is, I haven't flipped my calendar yet. Not this one anyway. What is Monday? The 8th? Yes. So the Life Changers sneak peek, the one that I'm going to be doing, is going to be the videos that we used before. If any of you coaches want to record a video and tell your testimony, it needs to be at least 5 or under 5 minutes. So if you can just keep it under 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes is best, because the American way, we don't keep our attention that long. So, but somewhere 5 minutes or less. And I'm going to run it on the 8th. If you want to run your own, you could actually join mine and then take those posts and put them in your own. There's different ways to do that. All right. Let's get into the topic of tonight, and that is time management. And I know for myself, I'm going to be preaching to myself tonight as well, because I have not mastered this thing down, but I'm getting better. I am getting better. I feel that as God has allowed me the privilege of leading more people and directing more people, there are a lot more things that get added to my plate, sometimes on a weekly basis. And then it's kind of like juggling, and then somebody throws you a new ball, and then you're juggling more. So it's kind of been a little bit challenging for me, but I think that I've gotten a pretty good system down. But I'm going to make first things first, and you can take notes if you want to. I usually don't do slides. Maybe one day I'll start doing slides, but I just do better with talking, and you can write down some notes so that you can write it to where, whatever stands out to you. We keep hearing this word, or these two words, business hours. We need to set business hours. As I keep thinking about it, and after we had our week, the summit week, and coming home and thinking and talking to Pat, I was like, you know what? I think we actually need to set family hours, because I think for the most part, if there are any complaints, it's more in the lines of our spouses needing us and our children needing us, and we're not spending that designated time for our family. And God is first, of course, and He's given us families, and I think we need to set family hours and let nothing come in between that time where, the phone is away. We're not just like driving down the road and picking up our phone every 5 minutes. The phone is away. And then when our family knows they can expect us to be there, they can expect us to be there. So I think family hours is a big deal. Another thing that I think is very, very important is, and I've heard from a couple of coaches that have already done this, is to sit down with your spouse and literally sit down and talk about this, of what you can expect from each other. And I loved it, because one of the coaches, it was Lydia, she was saying, she goes, everybody is going to be different. And I loved that, because my life is different than your life, and then your life from the other coaches. Everybody works, homeschools, some of us work full-time, some of us work part-time. Everybody's schedule is so, so different. Sit down with your spouse and talk about your schedule. What responsibilities? So like for me, I am drumming up this business. Like I know I need to be going full throttle with this. What is it going to take for me? And not only that, in my case, it's going to take me and my husband coming in behind me. So one thing, since things have really gotten drumming with this business, my husband cooks. So there's never any expectation that he always cooks. He's the cook now. Now, that doesn't mean that your husband has to go cook. That doesn't mean that at all. And that may not mean that that your husband is on board to that extent. For me, I'm going full throttle, and I need my husband to be on board, to be supportive, and to help me in those areas. And we have to reevaluate, and that's going to come a little bit later, but we have to reevaluate as each season comes along. The other thing I would say, as far as expectations, like for me, I have a team call on Monday nights. So from 6:30, at least until 7:30, or I would say 6:30 to 7:30 max, because I really try to end it at 7:30, sometimes sooner, that I'm going to be on a team call. So, those are just things that my whole family know that they can expect. Mommy's going to be out of commission on these times, these days, whatever. And then, and I think that that's a great way to plan it with your family, so that you know what to expect from each other. Because I could very easily say, well, I've been working all day too on Beachbody, and I had this team call, and what do you mean there's no food for the kids to eat, whatever. So everybody's situation is going to look different. So just look at your family, and then take it to your husband, and let him be a part of the process. And maybe if there's something that you can ask him to do, and then vice versa, what you can do for him. It needs to be, ebb and flow. And there has to be agreement. There really has to be agreement. You guys, you have to work it out. And I know a lot of times we want to shove things under a rug, but I actually heard, it was Jimmy Evans in one of his marriage counseling DVDs. And I realize that there are going to be those times where things get heated in marriages, and they're like, shock, oh, yeah, things can get heated in marriages. But there's also that thing of, all right, well, we need to revisit this, because things need to get ironed out so that you know what each other can expect in this business. So just, and pray, and pray about it and see what God's leading you to do. And then I would also say, have a meeting with your children and let them know, so that they don't just see mommy's on her phone, mommy is distracted, to where they're just there looking at you like this because you're so focused on something else. Have a meeting with your children so that they know not only what you're doing, let them be involved, you let them see the transformations, let them see what's going on, but then also respect them and say, okay, these are my times, set those boundaries, and again, turn the phone off, turn the computer off when you need to set those family hours. All right, so that's kind of like that overall thing of figuring out how is it going to work in your family. Once you get that established and you figure out, can you work an hour in this business? Can you work 15 minutes 4 times a day in this business? Can you work 3 hours in this business? Once you get that established, then you need to have realistic goals of what you can accomplish in that time frame. Like for me, I will give a great example. Today, coming home from Summit, my mind has been a fog. And I'm like, I literally, I was supposed to buy my Summit tickets, and I'm your leader. And to get the deal, it was last night you could do it at midnight. By midnight, it was confirmed at 11:59 last night. So I was a bad leader and I didn't tell everybody, get on there now. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. Today's been a fog. I've not been organized at all. And I can say, if every day was this miserable, I would go crazy, because it's miserable to be in that fog of what am I doing? How do I lead? Oh, we got to get rooms and we're all chatting about how to get hotel rooms and houses. That's a fog. That is chaos. It is mayhem to have all of it. So I'm trying to do all of it. Not that chat thread. I'm not saying that specific. I'm saying everything of just not having a plan. So I should have thought that through and said, when I get back from Summit, here's my plan of what I need to do. But I didn't know. I didn't think. So I'm learning as I go. So I would say this. For your seasons, this is the words I want you to write down. Write the vision down. What is Beachbody going to look like for you this year? Are you part-time? Are you a hobby? Are you just grabbing a couple people and putting them in my group? Are you grabbing, you're going to try to hit Success Club? Or are you trying to max this thing out and go for it? What is your year going to look like? And then break it down a little bit smaller. What is this season going to look like? So for me, we're not coming out of summer season. I have 1 more month. We don't have swim, and we're going on vacation. And, I still have some time to pour forth in Beachbody, but school season is coming up, and we start school in September. So for me, what things look like in August is going to look different than what it looks like when school starts. So I need to write the vision down for the year, then for the season, and then now we get down to the month. What is this month going to look like? Look at your calendar. I do have my calendar. If you don't have one, you really do need one. I couldn't believe it. When I earned this, actually when this was like a perk to go diamond, I'm like, I don't care if that's a perk, because I wasn't an organized person. I even have days X'd out, but as I'm doing this business, it's a must. It's a must. You have to have a calendar and start writing those things down. Even though I'm not bound to my calendar as things change. I can go with the flow, but I need a calendar to keep things organized. So as you're getting your month organized, what it's going to look like, now we're going to get down to what are your weeks going to look like in this month? When do you want to start pushing for challengers? Usually challengers are going to come at the beginning of the month because we all want to hit SC. So you start, I use the word advertising, or I should say inviting. You're going to go onto your Facebook page and just start talking challengers and results and being proof the product works. You're, getting Shakeology in every day, and, you're just talking about what this program is like. Push that hard in the beginning of the month. And then typically we do the coach basics at the end of the month. This month has been flip-flop. Like I said, I had to go with the flow because we just came back from Summit. People are, even while I was at Summit, the first time I posted about us being at Summit, I got 3 people who said, I want to do what you're doing. I want to be where you are. Is this even for real? Do people really even do that? They had no idea what coaching was like. So it's red hot right now for that. So I just had to flip-flop it and do the coaching sneak peek at the beginning of the month. I just had to get that ordered. So you order your weeks. What's your month going to look like, and what is each week going to look like? And I promise I'm going to get a little bit more into time management. But as you are doing this and getting things organized, I'm telling you, the time management is just going to fall right into place. Then get your days organized. And when I say your days, I like spending, say, like on a Sunday, usually it's a Sunday, and just sit down and brainstorm and look at my week. What is this week? Is it my Coach Basics week? All right, if it's my Coach Basics week, then I know that I need to be posting about coaches. What are my posts going to look like? What are my, get some ideas and just brainstorm on a Sunday and just throw it all out on a piece of paper. And then just start plugging those things in for the rest of your week. So like on Sunday, I do a master list of what my week needs to look like. And then Monday morning, I will take that list again. I'll look at it again and say, what needs to be done on Monday? Okay. So now we're down to our days. Okay. So does that make sense? We're following, you get broad, and then you get down little, and now we're here to our days. And every day needs to be organized. I just said organized as I lost my thing that I wanted to show you. Yeah, well, and I felt really good about this call too. Did I put it in there? Oh, well, anyway, I'll show you. I have it in my, really? I just pulled it out of my binder. See, I have a binder. All right, anyway, I posted a bunch of these things like lists and like power hour lists and things to do. One of them is the business activity tracker, commonly known as BAT. This has your daily tasks that you need to be doing. You need to take care of yourself. Be proof the product works. And I've talked with multiple coaches, not just over this weekend, but over the past couple of months. If you are not taking care of yourself, that is absolutely a priority. If you are not being proof the product works, I'm just gonna call a spade. You have no business being a coach. Was I really that rude? Did I really just say that? Yes, I did. If we are not, and I'm talking to myself too, if I'm not drinking my Shakeology, doing my meal plan, and actually getting these workouts in and getting results, how can I show somebody else and tell somebody else that they need to do it? It's so hypocritical. We have to get this stuff in, okay? Now, I'm not saying that we're perfect and we don't have any Pharisees in this, because girlfriend has taken, like, I've gone a whole week without working out. I'm not talking about that. But as far as who I am a coach. I may splurge, like we splurge like all get out on this summit, but I'm back on track today. I'm back, it is who I am. I may have a splurge, but I am who I say I am. I am a Beachbody coach. I do this thing. So enough of that. But be proof the product works. That is definitely personal development. You can listen, be on the team calls. Be on the team calls, be involved, be engaged, things like that. But this is going to help you, go through and just, I'm just kind of listing these things out. Social media tells you what to do, post those things, contacting people, and how to invite and whatever. You can go through this, and I'm going to post right after this call. I'm going to bombard Life Changers with a bunch of things. You guys have seen them before, probably. I don't think I have anything new, but every list is going to look different for everybody. I did what's called the power of threes. I invite 3 people, or do an invite on your public wall, or start conversations with 3 new people, reach out and love on 3 new people, things like that. Just organize what your day is going to look like. It would be Okay, so here's another tip. Do not go straight to your messages and start getting like whirled and twirled in all of that, the messaging and you know, like somebody's messaged and then you're going to do. Don't get into all of that until you've done your checklist. You guys have heard all this before. Do this checklist first, okay? Then set aside in your day another portion where you are going to answer those, get on those messages. Take 20 minutes and just start conversations. If they are there to message you back, great. If they're not, sorry, they're not. You message them later on when you're available. And I will say, Jatana did not get back with me right away when I signed up, but I was ready to sign up. I have had other coaches too, like things that I've needed from them, people that have done team calls. They are busy, like they've been doing this business for 4 years or whatever, and I'll message them. I don't hear back from them until maybe the next day. And then I hear back, and then we message, and then I message again, and I don't hear back from them until the next day because they have established, you know, this is my time frame. And then once you establish that time frame, let your challengers know. Even if you start a conversation with someone, say, you know, Sally Joe, you know, is messaging you, hey, I want this challenge back. You could let Sally Joe know right off the bat, hey girl, I'm just going to let you know, I am so overwhelmed. I am swamped, not overwhelmed. Don't say that because that's like, you don't want people to think you're overwhelmed. Just say, I'm busy, whatever. Or just say my allotted time frame is from, 4 to 4:30 every day to answer messages. So if you don't hear from me, you will know why. Just let them know. And then that relieves you. You've already put your boundaries in place, and that relieves you of what if they are expecting me. You're alleviating yourself of those, maybe false expectancies. So it is okay. Trust me, it is okay to let them wait a little bit. So I will post those lists in there of how to do your power hour, how to reach out and contact these people. And then once you start dialogue and conversations with them, set your time. When are you going to answer them? Not while everybody's around the TV watching a movie and you're over there with your phone. Watch the movie with your family, right? So I just think that is so important. All right, I know I'm kind of squirreling around a lot of different places, but I kind of broke this up into 3 different categories: business, which I know I've given you a lot of the business tips just now, team, and then your projects. So business has to do, because I should have said business. I should have said this little phrase before I went into all the business thing. That would have been in the category of business, how to run your business. Do your power hour first thing, or whenever that is. Do that power hour. Don't go to your messages first. Do that power hour first. Power half hour, 15 minutes, whatever you have. Do that first, and then and then set your time. Do your day. Do whatever you need to do. Whatever. All of that goes into business. Now I want to talk about your team. All right, I'm learning as I go, and I'm watching to see how our team is flowing. And there are things that I've learned from my upline, and then things that what I see has just shifted a little bit differently for our team. What I'm seeing in my team is that we thrive on that chat thread. No matter how many times I say, okay, post your questions in Life Changers, post your questions here. We are a team that we love interaction with each other. We love sending funny GIFs. We love laughing. We love encouraging. We love just communicating. And I think that is what is so special about Life Changers. When we went to Summit, all of us, it was just a family meeting all together. I mean, literally, we had the Epic Empire, like the whole Epic Empire thing getting together. Life Changers were the ones that closed it down because we were still sitting there and chatting and loving on each other and whatever. And it's like, this is awesome. So what I want to tell you is get whether it's your challengers and especially your coaches, get them in a private thread and pour into them daily. Even if it's just like once in the morning and once at night. Just send them a joke, send them something funny, send them some information, send them a whatever it is, and just love on them. And then if they're doing the business, they're going to have questions. Get that rolling. All right. Now the reason I'm saying this is because I saw something beautiful 2 times. The first time was when I went on the cruise, and the second time was when I was at Summit. is when Rebecca's away. As much as I try to be a helicopter parent, I'm like your helicopter parent that like, I don't know if they can do it. I don't know. I just want to make sure that I'm there to take care of all their needs. When I was on my cruise, you guys took care of each other. You guys loved on each other, and you were there to answer each other's questions. You guys ran a team call. I popped in because I was like so proud of you guys and popped in to see how you were doing. But the more you get your team under you connected, the more it's going to alleviate you because they can help each other. In this business, none of us are bosses. We are bosses of our own thing. I'm not a boss of any of my personally sponsored coaches. You guys are your own CEO. I am here to help you and to guide you and to give you things that you need. But you guys are your own CEOs. So you guys will be able to get your information and look for things and check for things. Same thing for your downline. Those people who are under you, they are going to, if you connect them, they're going to help each other, love on each other, give each other and especially in Life Changers, as another plug for putting your questions in Life Changers, because these new coaches, I have like great grandbabies now, like there's me, I have you guys, my personally sponsored, you guys have, like Gina is a grandchild, Christy Reed is a grandchild, and then they are signing up coaches under them. So I have like great grandbabies. There's no way for me, I can't reach all the way down into them. I have to trust, and I already know Sarah has been like the bomb. Like I just say before I even finish the sentence, I'm like, you should start your own. She's already on it. She's already found a pick monkey and just like doing it. I'm like, okay. So they already have their chat thread going. As soon as I said, you should do your team page, she's just already done it. And I think Cindy Laniga started hers. And you definitely want to do that to create a place for your downline people to interact, and that is going to alleviate you of your time so that you're not always putting out fires and whatever. I'm there. I am available when I'm available, but even I have got to get more strict with my time, especially once school starts. So I usually am attached to my phone some way, somehow, all day, and then I'll excuse myself, and my family understands. But I was really convicted of that this week too, is girlfriend setting some family hours. All right. So that was business, and then your team, getting your team organized. So when your business is all organized, it's going to be streamed. When your team is organized, it's going to be streamed, and they're going to be able to help each other out and alleviate you of a lot. So really work on forming relationships with your downline coaches. And then the other thing would be projects. That kind of goes in that category of what I was talking about, looking at your weekly, your monthly, and your weekly setup. What kind of projects are you doing? Are you going to do New Coach Basics? Write that down in your monthly brainstorm, or maybe after this call, take 15 minutes and do a brainstorm of what you want to do. A lot of you guys are wanting to do some free events or clean eating or some book clubs. You could do a free book club and invite people for interaction and relationship. Get those projects written down and get those, get them ordered, and then figure out when in your week are you going to work on projects and projects only. You're not talking with your challengers. You're not selling a challenge pack. I don't care if a challenge pack, like, I want to buy now. No, don't even let that tempt you. They will still be there. I promise. Focus on that hour, or in that hour, and get your project organized, figure out what your posts are, or whatever you need to do, whatever that project's going to look like. Your project might just be Hootsuiting for the month, or, whatever that's going to look like. So just divvy it up, get it organized between your business, your team, and then your projects. And there was another fleeting thought. I don't know if it went in one ear and out the other as I thought it, or if it's stuck in there somewhere. Maybe it'll come back. It was something about the projects. Oh, going back to your team stuff too. All right, let's go back to that team stuff, because I had it as I was going into projects backwards a little bit. When you have coaches too under you, that are under you, do what you think is going to benefit them. If they are going to benefit from Life Changers, put them in Life Changers. If you feel like, no, I've got my own thing going on, and if I put them in Life Changers, it's going to overwhelm them, then make sure you are giving them everything they need in your team page, whatever your title of it is. I have found this. honestly, our team gleans from each other so much. They spur each other on. When you have those threads that are going on of like somebody has a good day and a bad day and how are we working through this, it helps so much. So I just want to say, give your coaches under you what they need and who they need so that they could succeed. In all honesty, I want my coaches to just skyrocket and just blow me out of the water. I want you guys to pass me in your success. And I want to make sure that I give you anything and everything. I want to put you with whomever you need to be put with so that you can succeed. So you guys, of course, need to be training your own coaches and make sure that you don't, we'll just put them in Life Changers and let them train them up. No, you need to walk with your coaches through that for sure. Yeah, just make sure you're giving your coaches what they need. But those were just my thoughts with, organizing. It's like a big blurry picture. There's all of this stuff that needs to be done. But I really think when you divide it into those categories of my business and do that power hour, my team, what am I going to do to keep my team and then that my team can help each other, and then your projects, and really like setting aside that hour or whatever you need to get those projects done. So I'm gonna look in the chat. You guys, I don't know if you have any questions. Yes, they can be in mine. Yep, Sarah asked if they were ordered 21-day fix and wasn't going to do a group since there are. Yeah, whenever it's just like one or two challengers and you're like, I'm not sure what to do with this one, you absolutely. There's also Fresh Start accountability. Oh, and I want to mention that too. Fresh Start accountability. At first, I was like, you know what? You guys need to do your own accountability groups. Like I said, I'm learning and I'm watching as this team flows. Because people are doing challenge groups, and then after a while we see crickets, and then there's nowhere to go. What do we do? You can put them in the Life Changers Fresh Start accountability for something fresh. Every now and then I will run like a brand new 21-day fix challenge. We did a supercharged challenge, having the accountability, with new, fresh people. And plus, that'll give your challengers a chance to interact with other challengers on the team. People are signed under who they're signed under, so there's no mixing there. So that's a great place to give your challengers, kind of give them a perk, give them a boost, something new to do, something fresh to do. So anybody who wants to be in that, you can be in that. My new coach, Jamie, sold her first challenge pack today. Yay! Is Jamie on the call? Way to go, Jamie, whether you're on it now or whether you watch it later. Awesome. All right, questions. Anybody have any questions? Or was I confusing? You're like, Rebecca, you didn't make any sense. Was there anything that was confusing that you need me to repeat?
So I have a question, Rebecca.
Yeah.
As far as, and it goes back to the Country Heat a little bit, but as far as Jatana's group, do they have to purchase a challenge pack to be a part of her group? Because a lot of my challengers have already done that and are already on Shakeology. They just wanted to do the new workouts. So they got like the base kit. No,
I'm not making that a thing.
Okay, good.
No,
okay. I just want to make sure I didn't want to sneak anybody on there illegally.
Yeah, don't make that don't let that's just a perk that Life Changers has, because I can run my own business even though I'm in there.
Right. Right. Okay. I had to be asked. So okay, thank you.
How do you approach people who don't want to pay so much money for the challenge pack and Shakeology? This is what I do. Whenever I have that, I always go to my voice message and I explain it from my heart so that they hear my voice. In the very beginning, I just always like, oh, how am I going to tell them? How am I going to tell them? And I'd be like, whatever. Now I'm like, I was able to stop my gym membership. I was able to cut my grocery bill down because I'm not buying all of the junk. I'm not going out to eat the way that I was. We're not going for, summertime, that might not be as true. For ice cream trips, I'm not spending the money on the coconut cakes at Costco or whatever, I'm saving money there. I know that I have nutrition, you know, all of these things. I start talking about the value that it's been to me, and that $140, I let them see the value I'm getting for $140 rather than, oh, I know it's so much money. But I always do that. I think of a way to word it that sounds like me, and that is me, and I voice message. I have found that if I give too many words like this, it's too much information. It's just too much for people. And I will breadcrumb things too. If I have to type it out, I breadcrumb the information and give them a little bit. I don't give them all of the information at once. I take them right where they are. I ask them those questions of, what are your fitness goals? How is your nutrition now? What are you looking for in a program? And then I let them start talking to me. And then I say, you know what? You just said that you have like these cravings that are through the roof. I'm telling you, and I'm telling them, I'm telling you, girl, you get on that Shakeology, it's going to take care of it. I talk like normal. I talk street talk like I would if I was face to face with them. And for me, I have not stressed over the price of it for months now. Like I never oh, they just asked, they said it was too expensive. And I'll just tell them, if it's way too expensive, then I'll say, you know what, there is an option. If you just wanted to buy the portion fix, you can do that. But I will go back in and say, however, I'm going to tell you, the people that are only on doing the portion fix, the most I've ever seen is them lose 10 pounds, you know, maybe 15. I haven't seen people, you know, get the results you're looking for. So I know that this program works. I know that Shakeology works. I know that it is, I'm, you know, nourished. I feel the best I've ever felt in my life, and I just let them know. So rather than having them dominate me with the, it's too expensive, I take over the conversation and tell them the benefits. Like, girl, well, maybe in time, maybe next month, maybe, when your paycheck comes in or whatever, let me know. And I don't just harp on it. I just let it go. I give them my information, and then I just kind of let it go. So any other questions? Did that answer? Did that kind of help? I'm just kind of real with it. And the best way for me to be real, honestly, is through that voice message. And you guys have heard that so many times. I love that thing. You are welcome, Amy. Anything else? Any other questions? Or how about ideas? Anything that has helped you stay organized? And Cindy DePinto, this is her first team call that she's ever missed because she had to put her kitty down today. So I know that it made me think, because she is an emerald and she's organized. But anyway, it's a little prayer for Cindy. But anybody else have any tips that you'd want to add?
So Rebecca, I had this aha moment, and maybe I'm late. I'm late in the game, and you guys have already figured this all out. But what I found I was really struggling with was having so many groups going and try to figure out what was what and naming them and keeping them all straight. And I had this moment, because I'm at that point where it's growing to the point where I really need to get organized, really organized. And so what I found I'm going to do with my groups, and you guys might already do this, but I would have my round one people in a round one group. And then I'd create a second group for the round two for them. And then I'd create another group for the accountability. And I found that I've got 12 groups. And so what I decided to do now is, and like I said, you guys are probably already doing this, but I create the first group when they come in as a round one. And then I just update the name and the picture of the same group when they go to round two, and then eventually just turn that very same group into the accountability group. So then they can go back. All the files are there, all the history's there, all that, because I found that it was getting confusing for people, when do we switch to the new group? And so
that's great. That's a great
my aha moment, but you guys probably already do that. So.
No, that's a great idea. And plus, it helps too, because people will set it as a favorite for the first group, and then when I transfer them over, they forget to set the second one as a favorite or whatever.
Yep.
Anybody else figure out things with, say, your spouses and family, and what is working for you when it comes to family time and family hours? Anybody have something that you'd want to share that you found that really, really works so that you're, so that everybody feels like they're getting what they need? Or have you had a heart-to-heart with your spouses about anything? I mean, any like ideas or things that you'd want to offer?
Okay, I'm not going to say something every time, I promise.
No, it's good, girl. Bring
I
it.
feel bad.
No,
So the one thing that we established, because we have young kids and I don't know about you guys, but it's hard for them to understand like work time. Like what's like they don't value that. So we have a no phone zone basket. So from 5 p.m. from the time daddy gets home from work until they go to bed, all electronic devices go in this basket and cannot be accessed except when we know something's going on with a family member or something is up. You know, we allow ourselves to check it like once an hour, but it's kind of fun for them because we all put all of our electronics, our iPads, our phones, our Kindles, whatever, in this basket, and it's family time. So nobody's plugged in or tempted to be plugged in, because that's what Aaron and I found, is that even if we tell them we'd be off our phones, if you have it in your hand, you're going to get on it. At least that's true for us anyway. So we have a basket.
Yep.
With times. So anyway.
So good. And you think like, oh my goodness, if I'm not plugged in all the time, then I'm never going to, you know, whatever. Well, we were at Summit and then all of a sudden I just get out of the blue, someone that I sewed into months ago, literally months ago, had even like kind of vaguely forgotten that I had reached out. And she's like, okay, I am ready to buy. And she did it based on my post from Summit. Like, we're all doing this and, you know, whatever. So they will just come out of the woodwork. If you were doing this, and like I said, there are different ways everybody's going to do it, because this might be, like for my personality, looking at this particular list is a little bit overwhelming. So I'm going to post different kinds in there. For some of you guys, you may love this and this works great. But I'm going to post that in there. I've connected with these people. I've invited these people. If they've liked my post, I've connected and let them know what I'm doing. I've put them in my sneak peek, and I just let them go. I just let them sit there. Anna McGonigal reached out to me in October. She's like one of my first ones that reached out to me. And she only signed up like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. I don't know when, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. She signed 4 coaches. She went to Summit. She's like ready to go to, she already bought her ticket for Summit next year. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. So we're just sitting there like waiting. Oh, I just talked to her yesterday and she's not, who cares? Keep going through more people. Keep reaching out and loving more people. Love on them. Don't just, hey, you want to buy from me? Hey, you want to buy? No, we love on them, love on them. And in that time frame, and Anna does not care if I share this, we were praying with each other, we were crying, we were loving on each other that whole time from October to now. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah, I kind of want to like get into a program. I'm like, okay, girl, let's do it, you know? But it was friendship. So just do that. And then you can lay that phone away, because I mean, we were at the conference all week long. I could not do what I needed to do, you know, like, or whatever. I couldn't tend to everything. They just started coming. So do this and let them come. Pour into your team. Let your team like gel and help each other out. And figure out that time when you're going to start doing your projects, and let that 45 minutes, it doesn't even take long. It takes 30 seconds to create a group and then do a little welcome. I mean, literally, you can set up a group in 5 minutes. No joke. So whatever those projects are, you know, when you organize your time, then set those family hours and abide by those. And like I said, I'm preaching to myself. I'm not even preaching to the choir. I'm preaching to the preacher, because I really need to do this. Get better at it. All right. Anyone else? All right. As always, I love, love, love you guys. Keep checking. Go check the details on Summit Coach FAQ. Get your tickets. We had a blast. I think we have some spouses going this year or next year too. We're looking at houses. Get your tickets for Summit and dive into Team Cup. All right. Love you guys. We'll talk to you later.